Good morning from Cebu. It is 11:30. We have to check out of here at 12. Our flight doesn't leave until 5, so we just took our time this morning. We went and got breakfast. We took our time packing our bags.
Yeah, we're going to be checking out of our hotel right away, heading over to the airport, which takes about an hour, and then we're on our way to Dumaguete.
It should be a lot of fun. We're staying in a place that's rated 8.9 and it has its own laundry facility, so we finally get to wash all of our clothes after almost 2 weeks.
We just got here to the airport in Cebu City. We got checked in nice and easily. And of course, there was a Krispy Kreme, so we had to have another donut.
I love donuts, and I don't know when the next time we'll see another Krispy Kreme is, so one more for the road.
First time we've needed to be shuttled out to our plane.
Yeah, it should be interesting. My ear is still plugged from the flight we took 2 days ago, so I'm kind of scared for this one, but it should be a very exciting flight, and we don't have to fly again for like 10 days.
Information, we are now on the 17 drop miles to Dumaguete. Again, cruise altitude of 10,000 feet. Weather ground temperature 30 degrees Celsius, humidity of 900. Weather ground permitting estimated touchdown time set 5:10 in the afternoon. Time check is ready at 4:46. We have 7 members of the crew. Thank you for flying with us by Dumaguete.
We're here, we just landed in Dumaguete, now we're waiting for our bags.
And then we're gonna wait for our airport transfer, where we ended up leaving early and landing early, which is really weird. So we're gonna have to wait here for a little bit longer than we thought, but that's okay.
Yeah, we were gonna walk, but it's a little bit farther than we thought. Good morning. So we just woke up here in Dumaguete. It's a bit of a cloudy day, but otherwise not so bad outside.
We were gonna rent a scooter to go on an adventure to town, but unfortunately our place doesn't rent helmets with the scooters and we didn't feel safe going around without one, so we're gonna go on a walking adventure of Dumaguete today.
So one thing that we've noticed here, which is kind of strange, is that there are pharmacies everywhere. Like, it seems like almost every 10 buildings down the street is a pharmacy.
we're not driving in this and we're walking instead, because it probably would take just as long to try and drive through all this traffic. Rizal Boulevard is so beautiful, especially compared to our street. Our street, it just kind of looks like a city, and it's always like full of traffic, and there's a mall across the street. Whereas here, you're like right beside the ocean, and you can hear the waves crashing, and there's rocks everywhere. It's like a completely different place. So we walked all the way here to Rizal Boulevard. It was actually a lot farther than we thought. It was 2.4 kilometers, but in the heat it kind of takes it a little bit out of you.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it though. It is beautiful out here. The sidewalk's really nice next to the ocean.
We probably won't be able to go see a lot of sights today just because walking is very limited, and we didn't really want to try and take a tricycle just because the traffic is so backed up, so even in a tricycle it would take just as long to get around. So we're going to try and get something to eat, and then maybe go to a tower, and then we're gonna walk all the way back and then head to the mall that's across the street for dinner.
All right, now we're gonna go and check out Belfry Tower.
Got here to Belfry Tower.
So the cool thing about this tower right in the middle of the city, it's over 200 years old. It was here for both world wars, and it actually before that was used as a signal tower, and it protected the town from pirates.
Keep seeing the red ribbon cake place, and I want it so bad, except I'm craving lemon cake, and they've got like 3 different butter cakes, but they look like lemon, but I know that they're just butter, and it's such a tease. So we just left the one red ribbon, and about 10 stores down, there's another one, a giant cake on the wall.
So the one thing that's been kind of hard to get used to is crossing streets. They do have crosswalks, but nobody really follows the rules, so you kind of just have to just go for it, and maybe they'll stop. You kind of have to weave your way through the traffic as you cross the road.
Yeah, it's not like Canada. They don't really stop for the pedestrians. It's not pedestrian right away, it's car right away, and you kind of just weave in between. But like Owen was saying earlier, there's also not a lot of road rules either. It's kind of like a free-for-all, like unless there's a sign that specifically states no parking, you can pretty much park anywhere, you can go anywhere. There's not really lanes half the time. It's a very different culture when it comes to driving.
Yeah, there's cars parked in the middle of the sidewalk. They just kind of get in the way everywhere. It's hard to get used to, but that's how it works down here.
I know, that's why I'm kind of glad we didn't end up driving anywhere today, because this is a lot different than the islands that we've been on. It is hectic and it is crazy, and the traffic is just all over the place. It would have been a really long, treacherous day if we had tried to rent a scooter. So we just got back from dinner. Unfortunately, we're not allowed to film in the Dumaguete Mall, which is fine, but that means we just can't create any content while we're in there, and it's really nice because it's got air conditioning and it's got real places to eat food and it's got a grocery store, so it's kind of hard not to go there every day, and it's really hard not to be able to film us going there every day. We ended up going to the grocery store because it might be the last one that we see in a while, so we ended up loading up on a bunch of snacks, and then we ended up back at Jollibee for dinner because it's actually pretty good. We weren't a big fan of the spaghetti, but we really like the fried chicken, and the rice is rice. But we got really excited, and this might be the last time that we see a Jollibee because everywhere else that we're going from here isn't as modern.
Yeah, we're kind of leaving typical civilization, so we tried to soak as much of it up as we can.
Yeah, it's been good. I'm still sick, so we ended up taking a whole day off filming here in Dumaguete, so that I could sleep for the day. Like, I was going downhill fast. My cold is starting to get better, but my left ear is still plugged. I still can't hear anything out of it, so hopefully it pops in the next couple of days, or we're gonna end up having to go to the hospital, which will be a whole experience in itself, having to go to a Filipino hospital. So hopefully my left ear will pop here soon. We were supposed to go to Apple Island today, but yesterday it rained the entire day, so we weren't sure what the weather forecast for today was going to be. Plus, because of my ear, I'm starting to get an ear infection, so I couldn't really go in the water, so the whole trip was about snorkeling, and to risk getting more of an ear infection just really wasn't worth it. And if it was going to rain and be windy all day, then I'd just get more of a cold from being out on a cold boat all day. It was a really tough decision because Apple Island is one of the big tourist attractions here in Dumaguete, but we did end up having to pass on it.
Yeah, it kind of sucked, but it wasn't worth the risk of going and maybe getting more sick on a day. And it was kind of cloudy, so nothing was going to be very blue. It was going to be very gray looking the whole time anyways.
Yeah, and so we had booked it through Harold's Dive Center, and then we got, we went onto TripAdvisor and we saw a bunch of reviews that were pretty so that kind of scared us away too. It'll definitely be something that we didn't get to do, which is kind of sad, but at the same time, it just wasn't worth risking my ear, and it also wasn't worth it in the long run compared to everything. So if you don't see an Apple Island tour, but we were in Dumaguete, that is why.
So anyways, we're just back at the hotel room. We're going to pack up our bags, head to bed early, and then tomorrow we're getting on a ferry.